right, so at 11. Cut the check. I'm drinking y'all juice.
He said the
Brothers gonna work it out.
All right. Back in the house. Theme music is playing.
It's Sunday afternoon.
So
you know what that means. It must be time for the Sunday Spotlight.
Yes, it is. It's that time again. Man, we took a little hiatus. A lot going on. Teenagers graduating. And,
shout out to all the teenagers graduating.
Yeah,
prom
2019.
Season.
Prom's off the yin.
Everybody graduating from college, no matter how old you
a couple
are.
of those too as well. The celebrations have been massive, overwhelming, and not enough tickets.
Look, there's never enough tickets. I remember when I was graduating high school, whatever, they only gave us like 4 tickets or whatever.
4.
I was like,
4.
Have you met my family?
Right.
Like, dude, no. 4 tickets ain't gonna work.
And you skimming off everybody else.
My ignorant ass. As ingenuitive as I was, young, fresh 17.
Create some tickets.
I made tickets. You should have seen me. I'm up there blending the colors, making them look.
Cuts. Pasting, posting.
Yeah, man. And we ain't had Photoshop.
Nope.
Back then, wasn't no Photoshop.
Nice edge knife.
Man, I'm up there cutting these mugs, typing and everything.
That's one way to get a couple more players in the house.
It's a whole nother thing. I'm showing my age.
Yeah, it's okay.
Shout out to the class of 99. Vikings forever.
Yeah, all right, there you go. I'm going to leave mines out of it. But anyway, like I said, we've been gone for a little bit. Like I said, so much going on over the last couple of weeks with both sides of the house, family issues. Not really issues, just celebrations, really.
Absolutely.
Going on. So we had to take a little hiatus pretty much and take care of those things. And still, with Father's Day next weekend, we won't be doing a show next week.
Right.
Next Sunday either. So, but once that is over, we're going to be rolling daily.
Yes.
Every Sunday we'll be here with new guests, new faces, some old faces.
Yes.
And we're going to be putting together some really good shows and some really good people. I'm working on some important people now. Hopefully we can get the mayor in there, maybe a councilman. We'll see how it goes, but I'm going to pull my strings. See what I can do.
Pull them up.
Or I'm going to pull somebody else's strings.
There you go.
Nick.
Cough, hint.
Right. See if we can't get a couple of premier people up in this camp. But that's all right. Like I said, most important people are the people who are out there on the streets putting in the work, getting it done for our youth.
Absolutely.
And they're the ones that really matter, and those are the ones we really want to spotlight on the Sunday Spotlight show because they don't get enough. And a lot of people don't know that they're out there. And we're here to expose them and make sure that they're getting their just due and that you, as the listener, have information and resources that you can reach out to and possibly engage in if needed for your child or your kid or neighbors, whoever you feel needs that help.
Absolutely.
So I want to say good afternoon and once again, welcome to the Sunday Spotlight brought to you by the One More, One Less program. I'm your host, OML mentor, Mr. Tony Hinton, and joining me today is my co-host, OMOL mentor as well, Mr. Charles Pratt.
What it do?
He's in the house.
How y'all feeling out there in the world?
Yes, you're in the house. So we hope you had a great week. We look forward to getting you started on another good note for another great week and leaving you some things to think about as we embark on this new week ahead of us. However, before we get started on today's journey, let's give a shout out to OMOL Mentoring Program. We are the sponsors of the Sunday Spotlight, so take some time to check us out. And let's give a shout out for our guests on today's episode, Miss Shenee Woodson.
Yes.
Founder and CEO of His Favor / Teen Magazine. She got a couple of magazines.
Yeah.
She got a Spanish version coming out soon.
Yes.
Woo!
She going to tell a mundo on y'all.
It's going to be tight. Their goal is to celebrate the many diverse gifts of all teens and young adults and expose them to the world.
Absolutely.
How you doing today, Shenee?
I am good. I was tired, but I'm not anymore. So thank you for that intro. Now the blood is flowing, so I'm ready.
Yeah, you were sleeping, so we had to bring you out, get you on point here. We want to thank you for being with us today. And now with the Sunday Spotlight, it's all about addressing the issues our young people are facing today, and empowering not only them, but you, the listener, with the knowledge and resources to build solid foundations and a sense of purpose for not only our young people, but for you as well. Mm-hmm. We are also serious about our business. The Sunday Spotlight not only talks about the social issues facing our youth, we present the organizations, programs, and people who are making a positive difference in changing the mindset of our youth and our communities, not just here in Baltimore City, but throughout the country. Now, every month we have a theme. And the theme for June is called Back at It Again. Of course, we started our first show with that last month with the same thing, but as we said before, we've been hiatus pretty much in and out. So we're going to start it all over again with this month, Back at It Again. So once again, starting something from something new out of something old. So basically that's where we at. That's the mindset. So with that in mind, our topic for discussion focuses on opportunities for our youth. Along with the question of the day, do you think parents should expose and raise their children to be more worldly? Deep question. Let me just pose that one more time. That might be a little bit over your head. For those who are not sure what that meant, let me say it again. Do you think as parents should expose and raise their children to be more worldly? Something to think about. Think about it. We're going to talk about that question later on as we go through the show, and possibly put some information out there and get some thoughts from everybody here, and hopefully your thoughts as well on that question. We also want to remind you that this is a live studio broadcast, and we will be streaming on various social media outlets like our own OMOL Facebook page, Mix Station Radio, Instagram, and various other social media outlets. Now, understanding this, we want your input and feedback. Let me say it again. We want your input and feedback. So don't be afraid to hit us up and join in on our conversations. You can hit us up directly on our OMOL Facebook page, or give us a call here at the station at 1-855-493-6499. Again, that number is 1-855-493-6499. Give us a call. Hit us up. We'll be waiting. We want to hear what you have to say. Like I said, we're going to go a little deep, but not too deep. We're going to definitely get into that. And also find out what Miss Woodson is doing on her side and what she's doing with teens as well with her magazine and other ventures that she's about to endeavor in. So it's going to be real interesting there. So here's a breakdown of the show. We start off each episode with a roundtable discussion and then go into a break. Once we return, we get right back into it with our guests. From there, depending on how the conversation is flowing, we'll take another short break and close out the show with answers to the question of the day and your thoughts. So let's get the show started by starting our roundtable discussion. And listeners, please feel free to join in on our conversation once again by giving us a call at 1-855-493-6499.
Let's go.
Again, that number is 1-855-493-6499.
Let's go.
Or leave a comment on our Facebook page. So
absolutely.
Get in on this discussion. You're going to want a piece of this. I'm telling you. You're going to want a piece of this. So get in on this. So my first question, and I'm just going to propose this. Anybody can start out, but we always let our guests start out first, since, you're honored. We're honored that you're here, and we got to give you that. So here's the first question, just some thoughts. On a scale of 1 to 10, with 1 being the highest and 10 being the lowest, where would you rank Baltimore City when it comes to opportunities for our young people to be successful? That's too deep. Let me know.
No, it's fine. I would actually rate it because within the past, I would say 2 years, I have seen a rise in opportunities for them. So I would give it a 7.
A 7?
Yes.
Okay, but initially you would have
I probably would have given it a little lower because I feel as though it wasn't a lot of opportunities. Even when I was younger, it was always like, oh, you had to move somewhere else. in order to, be successful or to make it. And I think now there are a lot more people that are realizing that and stepping up and to provide those opportunities for young people. And not putting myself on a pedestal, but even with, like you said, I do a magazine. My magazine, at the end of the day, I have young people that are my contributing writers. I eventually want my graphic designers to be, teens. So I think more people, if we just realize if we have opportunities for them, we open a door, it's giving them those opportunities. And I've seen, even when it comes to some of the venues, they're doing more things for young people and having them actually run those particular venues. I've seen that probably within the past 2 years.
In the past 2 years. Okay.
I have seen that. And even with some of my connections, even some of the churches are more geared towards youth, which was bothering me, having a background in church. Both my parents were pastors, and I grew up in church forever. Right.
Forever.
So
like every day is church.
Every day. Even in my house, we couldn't even go outside until we had Bible study.
Right.
But that's how it was, and I thank God for that upbringing. But of course, things happened along the way as I got older. But I look at the young people now, like they're getting more. You see more young people being entrepreneurs.
I love it.
Right, which is good.
Huge. Which is good. And I have never seen this many young people being entrepreneurs. I just actually covered an event yesterday with some of the young ladies. We're saying all the things, and everybody in the room wanted to do something where they wanted to start a business. And it was some great ideas, and you have to see the next issue for that. But it was some great. It was some great.
Right?
It was some great things that they had. But as far as Baltimore, I would give it a 7 because, like I said, I think more and more people are realizing that the things that we do, if we give them a chance,
right,
then that's all they need.
Yeah.
That's all they need. Because especially with them being more into technology and things like that, they can help us more.
I was really about to.
More tech savvy and right.
And we even talk about that at my job. I also work for the state of Maryland. And I can't say too much, but in some of the classes that I'm a trainer, some of the classes that I teach, that's one of the things we talk about is the age difference and generational gaps. And we're talking about how, the older people, if we just give them a chance.
Right, right.
They can show us a whole lot more than what we are accustomed to. So I can say I go with a 7.
All right, 7's good. I like 7. 7's not
safe.
bad. I mean, it's safe.
It's high, but it's not too low.
It's not too,
it's crazy because I was thinking about that question too, and I was just like, but then listening to Shenee's explanation,
response to that,
I'm gonna have to
kind of go with the 7 as well. Yeah. It is good. It has gotten better. I have noticed a lot of things, a lot of windows opening up, a lot of doors opening up and stuff like that. But we need so much more.
We need a lot more so we get 10.
You have all these businesses that want to do charity work and want to do this, but they don't want to give a young person an opportunity to walk through that door and learn what they need to learn. Because eventually they are going to take over in that area. So why not open that door, get them off the streets, give them something constructive to do, give them a purpose, and move forward. If we can just get the businesses online with that, and some of our major businesses like hotels and stuff like that, hospitality, stuff of that nature, you got to groom them a little bit, but even so, that's an opportunity for them to make money.
Absolutely.
Not just over the summer, but throughout. And
I love the thought, of like she was saying, the entrepreneurship is like at an all-time high right now. I love to see it, just have an idea, run with it. There's no, I gotta go to business school. I gotta go, and do this and do that. I gotta go to college. I gotta have investors and all that. They're just out there doing. They have a thought. They have an idea. They have a product or a service, and they do it. And I love it.
Every day.
You know what I'm saying? And I'm just like, that. It gives me hope.
From the smallest part where they just passing water, selling waters and sodas on the corners. Squeegee.
You know what I'm saying? That right there is, that's
something. It's a hustle, but
I love it.
But it's something we've always done is hustle, but never looked at it from that perspective.
Right. We looked at it from a viewpoint of, it's a nuisance. For such a long time,
because we always talk about the drug trade, and we talk about that, which is a type of business, unfortunately, and it's
right.
But it's the negative stigma.
It's a negative stigma, you know what I'm saying? But everything applies, whether it's not totally,
And I even saw a post. Somebody just started pickle popsicles.
Wow.
Pickle
And
popsicles.
they're making. They said the young person's making a killing.
Are you kidding me? Pickle popsicles.
They taking the pickle juice and turn them into little
popsicles in the ice tray.
The littlest ideas.
That's been out for a minute.
That's a fantastic.
Not the pickle juice.
That's a fantastic hangover cure, but
right.
And I'm just thinking about
like
the little teeniest things that we probably think is crazy.
Yeah.
Or this is dumb. I say just put it out there. You just never know.
Yeah, you never know.
You never know.
Yeah,
So any young person, you got, hey, this might work. You might be a millionaire.
Exactly.
Down the line.
Down the line, don't even know it.
Yeah. So I would give it maybe an 8. I would give it an 8.
That's high.
Something like that.
That's
well,
high.
there's a lot of.
We're still talking about Baltimore.
Yeah, but we're talking about a positive move forward. Which hasn't been, which is kind of coming like at a roll rush. You know what I mean? Because, like you said, in 2 years or within the last year and a half, things have been rolling like fast. Whereas you couldn't get any movement 6-7 years ago. You could hardly have any movement other than the summer programs.
Yeah,
and that's
I agree with you on that. I mean,
as far as fast pace,
and I think a lot of that. I think a lot of it has to do with our like Shenee was talking about, just our access to technology. You know, we're able to reach out and put feet to the fire to our, elected officials, corporate people, corporate companies that, who actually have the reins on the hiring processes or, or just whatever opportunities, resources that you can, that you can give them. We can like really put the pressure on them. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not necessarily like the main is like to bash them like on a regular basis, but
no, it's just to get them.
It's just like, look, people want this, people need this,
right?
You have the opportunity and the power and the the ability to make that happen. What are you going to do about it?
And we tired.
And we're tired.
People is tired.
We tired. If we go to talk Baltimore, we tired.
We've been tired.
We tired. TIDE. We tired.
Tired.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, so definitely.
We gotta.
So that brings me into our next question, which is a doozy, I think, as well. Are we, as parents, doing enough to expose our children to the various life experiences besides sports? Because every parent takes their kids to some type of sports event or signs them up on some type of football, baseball, basketball, whatever. But what about all the other things going on that they need to be exposed to? Like music. Reading.
That's a big
like arts.
I mean,
arts and crafts. Like traveling. You know what I'm saying? Getting them outside their environment. Outside the community, going to other communities. Architecture. Showing them around the city itself. Anything but the norm.
I think for the most part,
languages.
Parents are doing that. I really believe that. You can't tell me that.
No, I'm saying, are we doing enough?
We could do
not
more.
that we're not doing it.
Yeah.
Are we doing enough?
I mean, you can only do but so much. I mean, like, all right, from my understanding, because I'm not a parent yet, but I understand the concept of it. Every parent wants their child to be better or have better than what they had, correct? So you try to put your child into different situations. You try to teach them things, the things that you've learned late.
Now, in the same token, with that comment, we want our children to have better, but have we given them too much? Because now you have a group of kids, a generation of kids that don't want to do no work. They don't know what work ethic is. They don't know, because everything has been handed to them because we wanted it better for our kids, but we never took the time to still reinstate or teach what was taught to us, that you got to earn it. It's not just given all the time.
I get what you're saying. I get.
You know what I'm saying?
I really do get what you're saying. But it's a different. It's a different. It's a different time. Like, everything is so much more accessible than what it was when we had a book reported when we were growing up. We had to walk all the way to the library. We had to get the book out the library, book. We had to read the whole book.
Absolutely.
Then we had to like either probably Xerox the papers, which cost money, you know what I'm saying, that we didn't have. Then we had to write the book. You know, we had to write the book report. We didn't have, you know, the real templates and everything. Kids, things are different. Is it the same? Absolutely not. But it's at the same time, it kind of is. It's the same work ethic, but it's a different way of going about it. That's what I feel like it is. Like, so instead of teaching the children, well, back in my day, we had to read in all the books and da 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 da.
No, show them that.
Show them now, like, okay, you don't necessarily have to go to the library, which I do encourage you to go to the daggone library. But if you need to, here's how you can maximize the access that you have with your phone or your laptop at home. You know what I'm saying? Here's how you can maximize that to not just get some, you know, just plagiarized kind of, you know, regurgitated report. You know what I'm saying? Not just that. So I think the question is, it's not, are we doing enough or are we exposing them too much? I think the question should be, are we teaching them in the way that they should, in the way that they can learn now?
Yeah.
It's kind of hard to do that if you didn't learn it that way yourself. As a parent.
Or we taking time to even relate to them right now.
That part.
That, because I have she's almost 9. Mm-hmm. And I have a little girl that's almost 9. And even with her homework, she's done in like 2 seconds. And
right, she teaching you.
Yeah, I'm sitting here like, how in the world
like,
did
how
you
you
do
get to that? Right.
Yeah, they will teach you now.
And I know she's very smart. I am going to put that part out there because I know that's another reason why she's finishing so fast. But at the same time, I'm like, I've learned to, in this short time of her being in school, like, I have to now relate to this new math.
Yeah.
I have to relate now to all this new stuff. I'm like, they went through all that just to get 2. Like 1 + 1 is 2, but you got to do all this extra stuff.
Yeah.
Right.
So I think if we take time to even just try to relate to them in the way that they're learning now, then I think we can bridge that, that gap.
Yes.
Yeah. Because the gap is
the gap is so huge.
But the gap is huge right
huge
now.
right now.
It is.
The reason I say that,
the
reason I say that too as well, I'm not just talking about from an educational standpoint. I'm talking about from a work ethic standpoint. Now, now with me working at FedEx, we get a lot of young people that come in there.
Right.
And no, they can read, but their thing is
the manual work is like, I gotta do all this.
Right. When you comes to physical,
and my day ain't done yet.
Having some skills with your hands, using your hands and stuff like that.
Yes.
We had one guy. So my manager was. I'm just gonna put this out there real quick. My manager was talking to this guy on the phone. The guy came in. He said, "Look, man, when you got hired, you got to at least be able to lift 75 pounds.
Okay.
From time to time.
Right.
So he came in the next day. You know, he worked that night before. He came in that morning, and he was asked to move a box. The box was about 45, 50 pounds. He told the manager no.
Oof.
And he said, huh? I don't understand. What do you mean? That's part of your job. You're supposed to be. When we hired you, that was part of your. That was one of the things that we told you that you're gonna have to move boxes. He's his thing was. He said, "Nah, I'm not doing it." No. Wow. And the reason I'm not doing it is because my hands hurt from last night, and I was working last night, and I'm tired, and whatever. So my manager said, "Okay, I'll tell you what. Give me your badge, and you can go ahead on home, and we'll see you when we see you." Right. You done.
Makes sense. Makes absolute sense.
Now, that has been the attitude of most of the young people that get hired when they come in here. They're actually saying, "No, I'm not doing this. I'm not doing this," because they're so technically inclined. They don't know anything about the physical. They don't know anything about work ethic. But when it comes to that side of the house.
Now in that case, I'm gonna blame parents because
so
I'll
that
bet you.
that poses the question: are we doing enough as parents to educate our kids?
I understand what you're saying now.
Proper, not etiquette, but just work ethic.
Work ethic.
All right, this the reason why I'm gonna blame parents.
Talk to them.
Because we let our children sit at that TV, don't do no chores.
Yes. Talk about it.
You know what I'm saying? Chores is an important part of growth.
Yes, it is.
If you teach your child, look, these are your chores. At
these
the
are
end
your
of the
responsibilities.
week, this is what you get.
Yes.
And that's the
now
part
you teaching them how to handle money and to finance that money too. Also, so chores is important important part of growing up.
And you teach them
So
accountability.
It's accountability. That's the word I was
and
gonna use.
responsibility.
It's that
And then when they don't do them chores, I mean, back in the day when I didn't do my chores,
we knew
You
what
got
it
your
was.
ass whipped.
or you had to do double chores, triple chores.
You know what it was.
Yeah,
Let it be
you
some-
was getting
let
it.
be
You
a-
was getting it.
Let it be a
going
dish
out-
in the
Big
sink.
Mama was coming.
Listen,
You ain't going outside. You ain't
let it be
seeing
a dish in the sink. Okay.
But
I wake
that's
up the
what-
next morning, every dish is in the
Right.
sink, and I'll be like,
Yeah,
And that's what I'm talking about. So when we talk about wanting to do better for our kids,
Yeah.
we're doing that, but we're not instilling the responsibilities
I agree.
that come with
I
it.
that we
agree.
were
Yeah.
taught.
I agree because
And that's why we have the lack of work
then
ethic
based
and
on that, I
understanding.
think it's kind of on. I think my point kind of stays the same a little bit.
Well, for
And I
that-
s-
for that
and I
instance,
s-
when you
and I
talk about
s- no,
education.
and I mean for the work ethic part because we've seen our parents bust their butts, like, I mean, 2-3 jobs sometimes.
Right.
Here we are at our age. Sometimes we work 2 jobs. You know what I'm saying, in order to make ends meet. So we want to make sure we don't want to really make sure we want our kids to, like, I don't want you to work as hard, but like you said, we're missing out on that part of you're still going to have to work. You know,
Right.
actually work and actually put some real physical effort into something.
Right. You're earning it, not
But
just being
I think
given.
we've gone too far left of it to be like, okay, I don't want you to do nothing. Like, I want you to kind of
want you to
breeze
stay in
through.
Breeze through.
I want you to kind of breeze through and just like get out of high school.
Right,
You know,
right.
just go to college. You don't need no job. Don't worry about it. Da, da, da. You know, like, no.
And I noticed too,
Fuck
they're not staying on their jobs long. They find
No.
something bigger and better.
Exactly.
They gone.
They gone.
And I don't know, like we don't hear people staying. Like I have a lady in one of my units that I went to not too long ago, and she said she'd been at the job for 44 years.
Yeah.
Like we don't see that anymore. Like people having that longevity. It's like, oh,
Yeah.
well, if I don't get promotion, I'll go somewhere else and get.
Yeah.
I'll make it no matter what.
Yeah.
And I think that's the attitude, not really staying. And I think we kind of our fault too, because even my daughter, I tell her sometimes, like, you know, go after what you really want. If that's not what you want, keep it going instead of
Yeah,
just
well,
staying.
yeah, definitely
Yeah.
that.
just
We did-
staying
we've
there
done-
and grinding.
But we've done
Yeah.
that in the past when we were younger too, because it's like you
But
did the hustle.
eventually-
If the hustle wasn't right, you rolled out.
Right.
Like I know
But
my
eventually-
but we again, it's that generation thing. Like I said, my father, he retired after 40 years of his job. I've been, I'm not gonna say.
Right. Years.
Yeah, I've had several different careers.
Right.
In that span, I'm like, wait a minute. So I think even the mindset has changed about
Yeah.
how we view work
Yeah.
Right.
and how we view anything. And even sometimes we may put things on our kids that maybe, like you said, because we didn't do it. Like my mom, she tells people all the time, my daughter's saying she does this because that's what I want to do when I grow up. So I'm living through my kids.
yeah, they do.
And,
Yeah.
and then I found myself doing it. Now I'm kind of upset because I thought my daughter wanted to play piano. She's playing the flute. She's doing pretty good.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I'm like, oh, I wish she could play. I thought she was going to play the piano like I did. So I couldn't
Right,
know because I didn't
right.
finish.
Yeah.
So I think sometimes even that is like, because they want to do different things. So
Mm-hmm.
we like, okay, well, I'll let you do it. But back in my mind, I may want you to do something else because
Right.
that was my dream. And we trying to fulfill those things through them. So it's a lot of pressure
That's
on
a
them
word.
too.
Right.
There's a lot of
That is-
pressure on
that's
the
a word.
kids.
I don't think they caught that one.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think I really think like what you were saying from education point and arts. It's still just trying to figure out how we can
Expose
relate
them
to
to
them,
everything.
expose them to different things
And they
without
have the
putting
technology to
it.
do it.
Technology is nothing you can't find on Google.
Huh, man.
Nothing.
Right. Or YouTube.
Or YouTube, nothing.
Nothing you
Anything you
can't
want to
learn.
learn how to do, you can do it.
Absolutely.
So the exposure is there. It's up to us to say, hey, take the time out. Even now, my stepdaughter, previous. Hey, take the time. You want to learn it? Go ahead on YouTube. I'll sit here with you. I need to learn it too.
Right.
Or doing
Right.
it with them at the same time.
Right.
Like, okay, well, hey, my mom, she looks like even if you're not really that interested, seem like you're interested.
Right.
Yeah.
That'll,
Right.
that'll boost up
Some
their
type of
interest.
support.
Yeah.
Some type of
Exactly.
support.
And
And
that's
they
what
remember
sometimes
them
happen.
times.
They
Yeah.
will.
Right.
Oh yes, they
Right.
will.
Yeah, I think it's that evolution of just just hearing what you were saying. How your dad was at his job 45 years. You've had several careers
Yes.
within that time span
Right.
as well.
And that's
You
the
know what I'm
days
saying?
youth
And
as it
then
is
our-
now.
then
Young
our-
adult.
Then
yeah.
our kids or the young adults these days, they're like you said, they're not staying on the job long because they're there to grasp what they need and then apply that to somewhere else because we've given them too many options, and I don't think that's a bad thing. I don't think that's a bad thing.
I don't think the intent is bad.
The intent is not bad.
I think we forgot. We lost, like you said. We lost.
We didn't cap it.
Yeah.
We didn't encourage.
We didn't feed them what we needed to feed them as they went along the process.
Within those steps.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's just like, yes, here's a job. You get, you know what I'm saying? If you like it, you enjoy it. But if you want to do something else, go ahead, go do something else. But, you know what I'm saying? We're missing out on, I don't want to say like the loyalty of a job, but that experience, you know what I'm saying, of, a workforce job or, I'm not trying to pigeonhole nobody. I don't want nobody to stay in nothing they don't want to stay in.
Right.
At all. Because that ain't, I don't
know. That's a whole nother
That's
level.
another line.
You know what I'm saying? But, you know what I'm saying? We like you said, Tony, we neglected the work part. Like that actual
the responsibilities, the chores, you got to do this,
like,
earn
it may not be something that you want to do at this moment, but it's a beneficial thing.
Right.
That's going
down
to help
the
you
line.
down the road.
Right.
So
it looks nice on your resume.
What do y'all think about the parents that accept all the excuses from the kids?
Weak.
You know what I'm saying? Because that's a vital point. Kids will come up with some good excuses, and we be like, okay, I don't feel like dealing with them right now. You gotta go back to kids having kids. I mean,
I had
if you're a kid and you have a kid, and you still haven't learned everything that you need to learn, how you going to teach your kid everything that they supposed to know?
And that's not even with age. Some people still kids in their mind. But let me.
That's what I'm saying. I'm just saying that's a whole nother conversation.
Right.
That's another conversation. But let me go ahead. Let me do this real quick. Look. We got a great conversation going here. I don't know where y'all at, but y'all need to get up in here and get up on this right now. So I want to encourage you listeners, once again, to get in on this discussion.
Call in.
I'll give you the number real quick: 1-855-493-6499. Again, that number is 1-855-493-6499. We're going to go ahead and take a short break, and when we come back, we're going to talk to Miss Shenee Woodson, founder of His Favor /Teen Magazine. And with that said, we'll be right back with the Sunday Spotlight.
Always rocking with DJ Black Dynamite.
right. We back in the house. I don't know how you did not call in on that discussion. It was crazy hot.
But we do have some comments.
Yes, definitely. Go ahead, get in there.
Miss Mitzi said it was the entitlement syndrome. They want everything given to them. I believe that is absolutely true, but it is also true that we've given them said entitlement.
Right.
It's our fault. We cannot blame children for us giving them iPhones
and everything
and
they
Androids
want.
And iPads and
spoiled
Xbox 4s and all that other.
Letting them play all night and all day.
We did that.
Yes, and still
look at yourself, people.
Still,
it's you.
Their own channel.
Yeah, right. You got any other ones, or you good?
Let's see. Miss Kiana said, "Great Sunday." Hey, Kiana. Pam is checking in as usual. Hey, Pam.
What's up, Pam?
Let's see. Yep, that's about it for right now.
That's all right. Look, man, I don't know where y'all at, but I want to encourage our listeners once again to get in on the discussion by giving us a call at 1-855-493-6499. Again, that number is 1-855-493-6499. I don't know where the time went, but it's going pretty fast, so we're going to go ahead and jump into this because we definitely want to hear Ms. Woodson's information, what she got going on with this magazine. It's hot right now. We trying to get in there.
Yeah.
We trying to get in on that magazine, trying to get that article, so we definitely want to put that. So I'm going to start out with basically, you told us a little bit about yourself, but just tell us a little bit more and about the magazine itself. You know, what made you want to start the magazine?
Oh, wow. His favorite magazine was actually called something else at one point.
Oh, you changed?
Yes, I changed the name due to the content that was in the magazine because the content was switching. Okay. Mm-hmm. And my thing is, whatever's inside, the outside should represent it as well. So I was sitting there. I'm very spiritual. I was praying like, what should the name be? And then I was thinking about all the things that had happened prior, and I was like, man, God has sure been showing me a lot of favor. Right. And something said, his favor. So that's the name of the magazine. And from then, and it's Christian based. And my first issue with his favor, I had Jacqueline Carr. The next one I had Joyce Meyer already, and that was within 2 issues. Wow. And it was laid on my heart again. I said, okay, how can I also reach young people as well? Someone said, you already have it. Just start a teen magazine. I'm like, okay.
Right.
That's my mom calling.
Trying to connect.
Why reinvent the wheel?
I turned around like. And then that's when the teen magazine came out. And again, teen magazine is a baby. Mm-hmm. Only April was the first issue, and that issue alone. Still going with the whole favor theme, about favor of God, and that issue we had the Walls group, and it was just crazy. And with this magazine, with just the teen magazine alone, I've learned so much about how I could input and how I could help young people as well by giving them a platform, showing all the things that they can do. And it's also like the question we had earlier, it helped me learn that there are a lot more than what we seeing on the news.
Right.
That are doing some marvelous things, like great things, inventors and everything. So that's how it
the
came
inventors,
about.
Our entrepreneurs, all the guys.
Yes.
Right, and people that really want to get into the work.
As young as 11, starting businesses. This last issue, I had Maya, I forgot, Lord, she's going to kill me if I don't know her. Maya Sneed. And she has her own tennis shoe line.
Wow.
Really?
That's really popping in L.A.
Wow.
And I'm like, this is crazy. Like, I want people to see this.
Beautiful.
Like, really know that, no, these young people, they doing some stuff. And right after that, within July, we'll have our Spanish magazine. I'm excited about that. It's very challenging, but I like a challenge. Right. So we're going to be launching the Spanish magazine. So by the time, I would say the beginning of August, I will have 3 magazines.
That you'll be working with. Wow.
Yes.
You got that plan out?
Yeah. Anybody out there, if you write, I'm looking for contributing writers and maybe another graphic. I love my graphic artist. Her name's Sarah Grace. But she's gonna need help.
Yeah, you might want to pull in some of the colleges and stuff.
Exactly.
See if you can get some writers, journalists, interns, and stuff like that. Well, that kind of leads me to the next question. What have been some of your biggest challenges with this magazine so far?
The biggest challenge was basically learning that I needed help.
Oh, okay. You didn't want to ask for help? Is that what you're saying?
and I will admit, I'm very transparent. I wrote a book about my transparency. But anyway, I had a hard time trusting people with the vision that was given to me.
It's a hard thing.
Very, 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 very hard. That's me. For me to trust people to, like now I finally gave someone access to His Favor magazine's social media page. Because I needed help because I couldn't keep up with it all the time. So that has been a huge personal challenge for me. As far as the magazine itself is knowing my audience. Knowing who to market it to, exactly what I wanted to do with the magazine, because I wanted to keep the magazine diverse. Because when I first started out, it was only concerning indie artists. And then I got, it came about me. I was like, no, I want to make sure that people know that there's other people out there. I'm black. I love being a black woman.
Hello.
But at the same time, I know we live in a world.
Right.
So I want to showcase those, other people doing other things too. That's why even with the Spanish magazine came about. If you look at all my covers, I always have a diverse mixture of people even on my cover, so anybody can look in the magazine and see somebody that they can relate to.
Colors of Benetton.
Yes. So and that has been a challenge too, because sometimes I do get the kickback, well, you should do an all women empowerment magazine. I get that a lot. You need to do a women empowerment magazine, and but you don't want to. I'm like, wait a minute, no.
Like, don't tell me what my
don't isn't there already enough women empowerment magazines already?
One of my best friends has a women empowerment magazine, and I support her wholeheartedly.
There you go. Push her stuff.
Yeah,
I
push her stuff. Right. I even post it sometimes, and I have I'm in one coming up. Emerge magazine. I shout them out, but that's not what I was called to do.
Right.
So my thing is, just because everybody tells you to do something doesn't mean that's what you're supposed to do.
Right.
It may sound good. I always say this, and I've heard a pastor previously say this: every good thing is not a God thing.
Right.
So, and once I learned that,
you shutting it down? It's like that. You can't walk out now, baby. Come on, get some more of this.
Charles.
Come on, get some more of this praise. Come on, Charles.
That was a word.
It's like, wow, yo.
But yeah, every good thing is not a God thing, and it would be good to maybe do a magazine like that. But will I be following the plan for my life?
Right.
And that's what I said. That has been the challenge, is not listening to the naysayers, because maybe I should.
Yeah.
But once I realized, no, this is what I was called to do. I mean, doors have been just flying open, and I don't say it all the time, because I really feel sometimes you need to do things in silence. But it's some things, if you pay attention, if you want to follow me pretty soon, it's about to be on and popping. I just launched His Favor Ministries as well last week, with some powerful speaker. Thank you so much. With some powerful speakers, so you'll see more about that. But as far as the magazine is concerned, I'm just in awe about the things that are happening in just the past 2 years.
Nice.
And even with the Teen magazine, within 3 months already. The Teen magazine already, I have things booked to cover some big events.
Right, some big
events. As far as the teens are concerned. So any teenagers, I need field correspondents. I can't get to all these places. So anybody between the ages of 13 to 26, if you're listening, hit me up. I need field correspondents bad.
You guys, we'll definitely get your information before we leave, so we can put it on our site as well and push that part of it and whatnot. So that's good. I mean, it's good to know that things are opening up for you. And I know it's been a struggle, in general, just getting the magazine started from the very first one to the teen one. And now you're talking about doing a Spanish one, which is absolutely phenomenal, especially with our Hispanic group growing at this point. So that's a good thing in that sense. What do you think has been the high point of your business, and what are you most proud of about that business? The
high point is meeting so many great people. It took me, like I said, I keep talking about the trust thing, because I had a lot of trust issues, but now that I'm opening up more, like the people that are in my circle, I can't complain. Like they have they have their own things that they're doing, but they still push me. Like they still make sure I'm on point. If I have a bad day, I know who I can call on. So if with any business, I say make sure your circle is tight. Like make sure your circle is tight, and you know who you're working with, who you're laboring among. So that's the high point. Like, is finally having a team where I can say, okay, we got this. And another high thing is just meeting so many people, like people I never thought I would be able to be on the phone with. Like, who knew I would be on the phone with somebody as big as Joyce Meyer, you know, and being able to interview her. So that's the high point. Is like, man, I got to the point where no, I don't have to be like, oh, if you have time, no. Hi, I'm Shenee Woodson with his favorite magazine. I would like to interview you.
Hello.
My whole demeanor has changed too, so that's a high point. I have more confidence in myself and knowing who I am and being, I gotta be careful how I approach this person. Now I know who I am now.
Right.
So yeah, hey Tony Hinton, my name is Shenee Woodson. I want to interview you. Like, hey, if you have time, can I talk to your assistant? No, because then I'm like, no, because now they don't respect who I am as my magazine.
Right. Right. Nice.
I respect what you do because you are at a different plateau. But guess what? I'm getting there too.
Absolutely.
And that's where I had to come to. And I think that's a huge highlight for me is that I'm finally stepping into what I know who I am. And
right, your worth. You're finally figuring out your worth.
Yes. That took years.
Nice.
It took years.
But I'm telling you, I mean, it's
like a long
process.
Right.
It's a process.
And doing this, and I will mention my status has changed. So also being able to do something on my own.
Right.
And I have to be like, I always have to partner with someone because I always felt like anything. Oh, I'm not there yet, so I got to partner with somebody. I always got to, have somebody else on the flyer with me and everything.
Right.
So Friday was so huge for me because when I looked at that flyer, it was like, dag, I did this. Like, oh my goodness! Even though I had the speakers there, they all helped and stuff. At the end of the day, it was like, it was your baby.
It was your baby from the beginning to the.
I'll say those are my 3 highlights.
Nice, nice, and only more to come. More to come. So that's good. That's good. Charles, you got anything?
No.
You say no?
No.
She shut you down? I mean, I got
I was trying to get. No, I know I gave more, but
I got more questions. I mean, I'm just saying. Come on, co-host right there. You know what I'm saying? So, all right. Let me propose this question. So, with the magazine, with the teen magazine, you're saying that you want to get more young people involved. Do you have a pretty significant staff so far of young people or young adults, or are you looking for teens to try to fill in some of those gaps?
Right now, I have a mixture. I do have contributing writers. My youngest contributing writer, she's 14. Wow. She's out of Tennessee. Cute little blonde girl. Her name is Kaylee. And she actually contacted me. She found me on Instagram.
Nice.
And that's the power of social media. Right. And she contacted me and sent me like a whole article.
Wow.
And I said, okay, I didn't have time to read it, but once I skimmed through some of it, I said, okay, this girl has something to say. And I said, one thing I asked her is, why do you want to be a part of this magazine? She flat out told me, I see the vision.
Wow.
14 years old.
Wow.
Little blonde, blue-eyed little girl.
She see the vision.
She said, I see the vision. And I said, okay, then let's go. And I sent her all the requirements and everything like that. And she's the youngest, and I think my oldest is 30.
It's 30. Okay, nice.
And the reason why I did it because I still want to relate to, even though some of the millennials and generation, what we call them Y, they're coming up too. Mm-hmm. So at least these writers can relate to them. I have a young girl. Her thing is called her journey through college. She's a freshman. So every issue, what I'm going to have her do is just talk about her journey.
Right, so far,
freshman, and things like that. And I do have a few people our age, a little older, that are mentors, but not many, that I have a part, writing for them, just to encourage them and things like that. But at the end of the day, I still wanted that magazine to be strictly coming from them.
Right. So your magazine, how's it broken up? I mean, is it like do you have like a section for, so you have cooking and you have entrepreneurship and you have, is it broken up in a sense where you have different compartments, like say like Essence has different areas that they focus on? Is your magazine similar to that, or
his favor is
the teen magazine.
The teen one I'm still kind of
figuring that out. Okay.
As I go, I hopefully within the year I wanted to mimic the parent magazine.
Right. Okay.
The parent magazine. But again, I'm still trying to figure things out because again, I don't have the writers that I need to really establish. And I do have one young lady. She's 17 years old. And she's going to be talking about makeup, beauty from the inside out, things like that. So eventually, once it gets up to that point, somebody will talk about cooking. Somebody else will talk about home living. But I still want a youth perspective.
Right.
And I will admit, it's going to get to that point because the other magazine is there now, but the teen one will.
Yeah.
It will. I wanted to mimic the parent one, but from a young person's perspective.
Excellent. I like where you're going with that. I think we need more voices out there anyway, because like you said, we don't listen enough to our youth, you know, as it is, and to actually have their voice in a magazine where it's them saying, this is what I like, this is what I'm seeing, this is what we're coming about, you know, here's what I would have liked to learn, or here's where I am learning, here's what I can contribute back. You know, just to have that perspective on various topics that affect them today helps us understand what they're going through and what they may need to be successful later.
And I have a young man, he's from South Africa, Edmari, and the stuff please read his stuff. Because it's stuff that he's talking about just from his experience in South Africa. I gave him a whole page.
I'm not surprised he would have a lot to write about.
He just graduated high school, and I told him, what do you want my topic to be? You can just write. I just need you to write. Like
right.
Whatever you send me, I'll edit it, maybe a little grammar and stuff up in that. But his experiences, that I'm like, wow, the stuff even young people going through around the world.
Right.
Like, wow.
Right.
It's the same story sometimes. Yeah.
We talk about that worldly piece.
Yeah.
You know, because you have Facebook Live or whatever, where you can reach out to people in different countries and stuff like that, and talk to them and find out how that culture is working. So, they got it. They got the ability to do it, to become worldly on their own, but we have to present that piece. We have to show them that that's there, you know what I mean? And not just keep them wrapped up in that box on the internet or on, the gaming and stuff like that. Not to say gaming doesn't reach out to other countries.
We also got to make sure that we're giving them a good example of the world, and not just all the negative stuff that you see. All the division, all of the violence, you know what I'm saying?
Right,
the hurt, the pain. You know what I'm saying? We got to show them that there's love, that there's honor, that there's, commitment, that there's, ingenuity, that there's innovation, that there's, beauty in the world. You know what I'm saying? We have to make sure that we're proposing that to them as well, if not more.
Absolutely. So once again, I want to encourage our listeners once again to call in or give us a call at 1-855-493-6499. Again, that number is 1-855-493-6499. We're about to wrap it up. About to come into the end of a great story. I don't know where you at. Should be here, but that's okay. We're gonna keep bringing it. We're gonna keep bringing it. Keep going.
People gonna watch it afterwards.
Afterwards.
That's how it always goes.
That's how it goes. That goes. Well, it looks like you formed some great relationships and some business partnerships as well in the process. So definitely that. So what do you think is next for Shenee and his Favor/Teen magazine, other than the Spanish version? Where else do you want to go?
And this may sound like, she trying to be not this and that, but it is what it is. I don't want to say what's next, because I don't know.
Okay.
Because I didn't even know I was going to start a teen magazine, and and then come to a Spanish magazine. But I do know within a couple months, I will at least like to have a few more photographers. So if somebody needs to get interviewed, in California, I can say, hey, so and so in California, I need you to take pictures of this person. That's
right.
So my thing is, I'm taking each thing I need and just each step, instead of just saying, well, in 2020, I want this. Just taking at each step. So because I know me, I have anxiety issues, and I'll get
right.
and I'll get overwhelmed. So this is how I have to do it. Like, okay, by such and such, I will at least want to add 2 more photographers. By such and such, I want to have.
So it's many goals, little mini goals that you set up.
And I know it's been working for me.
Okay,
it really has. And if I keep it like this and no telling, then
progress is progress, no matter how.
And I'm trying to bite my tongue because I want to say what's happening and at the end of the month, because I really think the event that I'm going to be at the end of the month is going to just break everything that's going on for the magazine. But I'm trying to keep quiet, so just stay tuned.
Stay tuned. Okay, well,
I like it.
That's fair.
Bubble on the low.
I got one question.
Sure.
Where can we get the magazine?
Very easy.
Yeah.
It is on hisfavormagazine.com.
Okay.
And all you do is click on the cover.
So it's an online magazine.
It's print and online.
Print and online. Okay.
Yes.
Oh, that's fat.
And that's you know what? Since you said
Hold
that,
on.
That's fat. I should have had you bring one in the printed magazine. Get out of here with that. God. What? Okay.
Special effects. But yeah, I would like to see it, in other actually bookshelves. I do have a bookstore looking into putting it in their bookshelf in New Jersey.
Nice.
But we'll see. And with my new team that I'm putting together, they're going to do some research and stuff too. So I'm excited. So I would say that's another goal, is to actually get the printed ones.
Nice.
On some stands and
some local stands and whatever.
Local,
right. Whatever you got to do. Whatever you got to do, right? So, like Nick was saying, so if people want to find out more information about you or his favorite magazine, how can they get in touch with you?
I'm very easy because I try to be accessible. Everything is hisfavouritemagazine.com, and then for the His Favorite Ministries part to get in touch with me, it's hisfavouriteministries.com. So
okay, pretty simple.
Yeah, pretty simple, and then just click on the picture of me and it'll send it to my email.
Okay. All right, people, y'all know how to reach her. So you better get online and start reaching out. She's looking for people.
I'm looking for people.
Teens and young adults. She's
red,
looking for.
Yellow,
she's trying
blue,
to pay you.
Orange, no matter
she's
your
trying
race,
to pay you.
That's right.
She has opportunities out here, So definitely you want to hit up on that.
Events and all. I can't do it all.
So with that, we're going to go ahead and start this closeout process. But I want to go right back to that question of the day. Where are you?
Are the parents doing enough with the kids?
Oh, that's a simple way to put it. That's a simple way to put it. No thought process.
That's layman terms.
Do you think parents should expose and raise their kids to be more worldly? So what do you think? Do you think that's a yes, a no, or depending on what areas or certain subjects or topics that we need to expose them to?
I think we need to introduce it to them incrementally. We can't
in stages.
Yes.
Okay.
We can't just give it all to them at once.
Mm-hmm.
They got to be able to hold and understand, comprehend what it is that we're showing them.
Mm-hmm.
It's a lot to this world. It's a lot of good. It's also a lot of bad.
Right.
Unfortunately, within our community,
focus on the bad.
Yeah, we kind of have to.
We have to?
Yeah.
Why?
We have to. I mean, because we've had way too many Trayvon Martins, way too many Eric Gardners, way too many Tamir Rices.
So we need to focus on the bad?
We're not focused on the bad, but what I'm saying is if we need to educate our children.
Oh, understand it. Understand the negativity.
Yes, to understand the negativity. Like, people are going to dislike you just because of how you look.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Those are the type of things.
Fair enough.
It's such a tough thing. You know what I'm saying? It's that balance. It's like, so whatever negative thing that you show
you have to
your children, you have to counter it and show okay, here's the other side of that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So yes, the world is going to try to treat you like crap, but there's also some very great parts of this world. Mm-hmm. So us showing the balance is that's the only thing that's going to give us the key.
Yeah. And that's what I'm fighting with now. My daughter's not a teenager yet, but she's 9, and the school she goes to is very multiracial. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I mean, her best friend is Indian, and one of her friends that she adores is Hispanic, and I can show you a picture of all them different races. And that's she's seeing that, but I don't want her thinking it's all peaches and cream.
Yeah,
right.
As well, because she's still growing up. She's still, African American woman.
Yes,
and a young lady.
Yes.
So sometimes I want, I'm happy that she's, mommy, me and my friend, she's teaching me Spanish, and I'm like, she'll come home all happy. I'm like, how can I tell her, like, maybe one day you might go to college and you might not be around, so many, you might go to all black colleges, and just something might happen and might change her whole view. I'm like, okay, right, so there's some negative stuff out here too. So that's what I'm struggling with myself, is like, okay, I love this. I love the fact that she knows there's other races. She likes to eat other foods and things like that. But at the same time, like, where am I going to tell her, like, okay, yeah, we got to be careful too, baby.
Right. Well, you definitely got to put that out there as well. But in the same token, she's getting that worldly mix. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And you got to understand too that our generation will be gone by the time she gets where she needs to be.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? So the world is changing different in that sense, where you still have racism being taught to some degree, but you have so much mixture.
That's
right.
now.
You got white people listening to black music. You got young, the crossover is there. You got, well, back in the day, in my time, you got kids wearing skinny jeans where only white boys wore that shit back then. You know what I'm saying? You would never even think I'd see a black dude up in that camp. But you have that crossover. You have a lot of people that, like, when I talk to my son, he said, I don't really look at it like that, like you guys, because they're not really experiencing it on that level to some degree because you have such a diverse mixture. So even, they have to be made aware that this is a possibility, but the chances of them running into it when they get our age may be a lot less than what we're dealing with, because our generation will have died off by that time, and you'll have a more in tune, more worldly group of individuals that are out there that are doing things and don't necessarily see the race piece as, not to say it won't be there, but it won't be as bad as it is right now.
Well, then I ain't doing too bad.
You know what I'm saying? So no, you're not doing bad at all. And it's good that she has that variety to mix, because, like you said, we have as black people, we go to black school, all black schools, where 99% is black. You might have one Asian, one white in there somewhere, which is a shame, really. And then it's vice versa on the other side. You have like 90% white and 10% black, which there's no mixture there.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Even though you have a lot of interracial couples starting to develop and stuff like that, it's just the whole point. Well, that's another discussion too.
Even my church, my pastor's white. The youth pastor is Asian, and I did that on purpose, like because I wanted her, to. I'm not knocking black churches down. I've been to one. I got ordained in a black church, but for my daughter, I want her to experience something, different. Yes. And like I said, so thank you for saying that, because now I know at least I'm doing something right. Because I'm like. I just want her to know that it's other stuff out there, and then to be more cultural, like you said, worldly. Yes. Because that's how she's going to learn, is from her peers.
Right.
So
because especially with us as a people, yes, it's so hard because we've had our original culture stripped from us. So for us to we're essentially creating our culture.
Recreating it in some degree.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So for us to show our children that we, to reconnect to the African side of us is important, as well it is to teach them about the rest of the world. Right. You know what I'm saying? Because originally that's what we did. Right. As as black people,
as scholars,
we taught the world, and the world taught us.
Or they took from us.
Right. And that part happened. You know what I'm saying? So, you're on the right path.
Yeah, you good.
You good.
So y'all heard them say that, right? So nobody else does say
that. Right.
I'm talking on my phone now.
Shenee Woodson is a good parent.
Right. So overall, we do need to start doing that. We do need to start exposing our kids to other races, other cultures, other ways of tasting different foods, going to different festivals, and understanding that history behind those cultures along with our own. So we definitely as parents need to do that. So with that said, I know Nick's ready to go. He's chilling and
man, I'm good.
Oh, he good. Okay, he good. But I've got to go. Charles gotta go, and people gotta go. So with that said, we've come to the conclusion of the Sunday Spotlight. I don't know what happened to you guys. Maybe you commented, which is fine. This is good. Either way, but we'd love to hear your voice, so definitely try to give us a call on the next round. We want to thank our special guest, Ms. Shenee Woodson, founder and CEO of His Favorite /Teen magazines in Spanish. When that comes out. When that comes out.
That's the name of it.
Oh, nice.
Say it one more time.
Say it again.
Revista Cristiana Su Favor.
All right. What she said.
Christian version. So, also want to thank DJ Big Nick.
Yeah, man.
And the Mix Station Radio family for holding One Less mentoring program and the Sunday Spotlight down.
We appreciate you, Nick.
Appreciate you, man.
Yeah, I appreciate y'all, man.
Yo, y'all in your phone and stuff. We appreciate you.
He handling the business. He handling
his business. Okay, I got you. And last but not least, we want to thank you, the listeners, for tuning in to the Sunday Spotlight radio show. We really appreciate you guys taking some time to actually check us out, even though you may not have called us. We appreciate your comments and your thoughts. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying. I know you had something to say. Just saying. If you'd like to learn more about the Sunday Spotlight Radio Show and the One More, One Less mentoring program, you can check us out on our Facebook page at facebook.com/OMOL mentoring or visit our website at omolmentoring.org. We're also looking for sponsors.
All the time.
So if you like what you heard and you want to get your business or your program out there and become an official sponsor for the Sunday Spotlight, or just want to donate to the Sunday Spotlight Radio Show, give us a call. We are a 501c3 organization, and we have multi-level sponsor packages available to accommodate any budget. Anybody. So if all you can do is $5, we got something for you. We got something for you. If you can do 100, we got a whole lot for you. A whole lot for you. So, don't be afraid. Don't be afraid. Come on over here and get your brand out there, get your organization out there, and start putting your brand to the test. So give us a holler, support what we do. We got a great show, and I know we can do justice behind us. I know we can do that. So remember, any donations you give is a tax write-off for you or your business. So don't be afraid to give up that money. Don't. It's okay. It's okay.
I love it.
So give us a call today. Give us a call today at 443-562-7455, and let's get started on promoting your brand. All right? And once again, we want to thank you, our listeners, for listening and tuning in to the Sunday Spotlight. And remember, stay focused. And whenever you can, help our young people reach for the stars. Good night. Q, what's up, baby?
JD, beats, wanna know.
Get a few bites on these nights. Damn.